welcome back to another episode of the Creative Coach podcast / YouTube, PodTube, whatever you want to call this thing. I am here today for a solo episode. I want to give you guys a little life update. Someone the other day was like, I didn't know you were still doing the pod, and I am. I took maternity leave, and so I was kind of off the grid last summer, fall, and over the winter while I was having my little baby girl. And so I'm back now. So the pod's back on, hoping to post weekly or bi-weekly. We'll see how things go when we get into wedding season, because it gets busy. But solo episode today for my new segment called Ask Sarah. So this is like, think old school advice column. And there's a form on my website. You can go to my website, www.goldandsage.com, go to the education tab, scroll down a little bit, and there's going to be this little segment that says Ask Sarah. You can put in your email or not, because these are completely anonymous, and you can ask a question. So far, I have 4 questions. We're going to get to 2 or 3 of them today, and one of them is kind of juicy, so I'm excited to share. So let's just get right into it. This first question here says, and these are all anonymous, by the way, so there's no names, no identifying things when I use it on the pod. So totally anonymous. First question. I'm not getting any bookings anymore. I had a good business for a few years, but I could never go full time, and now it's crickets. I feel really defeated about it and like I want to give up. What can I do to get more clients? Sincerely defeated. Okay, first, I love that you signed it off like sincerely defeated. It's really giving old school advice column. That's really cute. Anyway, I'm really sorry you're feeling this way. You're not the only one. There's a lot of people, honestly, since 2020 that are just like, what do we do? This is ridiculous. And so I totally get it. The feeling of giving up is real. We've all been there. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I think there's probably been 3 years in there where I've just been like, I don't know if this is the year I'm going to keep going. Do I look for a job again? And I would surf the job boards and be like, I just can't see myself going back into like the corporate world. And it's a really hard place to be in. So first off, I see that you said that you could never go full time. So I want you to feel confident in that, because there's nothing wrong with having a job. And a job is going to get you through these downtimes in your business. I worked full-time and then I worked part-time the first 6 years that I was starting my business and getting it off the ground. So when I say I've been doing this for 10 years, 6 of those years I was working full-time or part-time. And that gave me a lot of security, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is a lot of pressure to quote unquote go full-time in this industry. But if you go back and listen to my podcast with Joe Bunn, we talk about the fact that a lot of people who are quote unquote full-time actually have somebody else who is working in the house, like a spouse, or they have another job or a part-time job, and they're saying they're doing their business full-time, and maybe they are doing their business full-time, but they may or may not be actually making full-time money. So I don't want you to put that pressure on yourself, because there are some smoke and mirrors in this industry. And of course, there's other people who are doing this full-time who are making like a reasonable full-time salary. They're paying themselves $70,000 a year plus, whatever. I don't want you to put that pressure on yourself to be like, I have to go full-time in this business. If I don't go full-time, I'm a failure, because that's not true. And having a job is so grounding. You can feel really secure. So first off, I don't want you to feel like a failure. I want you to invest in that job, settle in, be like, this job is giving me money. I'm trading my time for my money, and that's great. You got to pay your bills or your business is going to suffer. So now we're going to move on to, you could never go full time and now it's crickets. You feel defeated, like you want to give up. What can I do to get more clients? So here's the thing. Our industry is a constant game of marketing yourself, booking, selling. It's a hamster wheel. It never ends, because weddings are one-time events. They come and they go, which means you're constantly having to network with other vendors, market yourself to couples, get on sales calls, and book these weddings And it never ends. It's never like you have a client base and you ride with them forever, because people get married once and then they go. So it's hard. It's really hard. You constantly have to be, just like I said, networking. That's probably going to be the number one thing that's going to help you get more clients the quickest, is become a referral partner for somebody. Not necessarily an exclusive partner, but get to know other vendors, build relationships with them, become somebody they want to recommend. And they're just going to say, yeah, I have this person. I love working with them. They're a great photographer, to their clients, and their clients are going to reach out. That, I think, is probably the most sustainable way and one of the quicker ways to start booking again. I'm assuming you are already going to have some connections, because it sounds like you've been in the industry for a minute. So just try to connect, like ask someone out for coffee, and just invest in those relationships. And those are really going to help. The second thing you can do is, of course, paid advertising. This is probably, well, I said networking would be a quick way. Paid advertising is probably the quickest. Like, you would hopefully see immediate results. So if you have the money, throw $100 into like a Facebook campaign or an Instagram campaign or Google ads. See what's going to work the best for you. Ads is a science. So I will say, if that's something you've never done before, take a day or two, learn about it, and then launch your ad. Don't just go in blindly. Paying an ad expert too is an option, although very pricey. I would say you need at least $500 to $1,000 to like bring on an ad expert and run the ads. But you would see good results in that way. So it just kind of depends on the money you're working with, I would say. But paid ads, definitely an option. Definitely an option, and something you can teach yourself. The next thing too would be just to up your portfolio. There is a chance that people aren't booking with you right now, or they're not inquiring with you right now because they're not seeing what they want to see. So pay for some styled shoots, get on some editorials, update your work, put out fresh content, start posting daily on Instagram. Try to post on, like, if you have a Facebook page, post there. I know no one's really on Facebook anymore, but you might catch someone's parent who then sends it to their kid. It doesn't matter. Like, just get in there and do the work, do the marketing, post everywhere, shoot like shotgun. You want your posts to go wide. You want to be posting Google My Business pages, Instagram, Facebook, updating your website, all that kind of stuff. Try to get fresh content out there, market yourself. And then lastly, I would say get into your local Facebook groups, your local bridal Facebook groups in particular, the ones that are like wedding planning, your city and state, your city and state weddings, your city and state brides. Those are all things that you can put into Facebook and try to find groups and just start marketing yourself there. And when people are like, hey, I need a photographer, although I don't actually know if you're a photographer. You didn't say. I'm assuming. This can go for if you're a photo, a video, or a planner, anything in the wedding industry, really. Get in those groups. Look for people looking for your service, and then just comment and say, hey, I'd love to be a part of your day. Lastly, I do want to touch on pricing. If you are not booking, pricing can be a factor. Pricing is a touchy subject. There's a lot that goes into it. But if you're just not booking, lowering your pricing is always an option. That's kind of a quick fix. There might be reasons you need to lower it. There might be reasons you wouldn't want to lower it. I do have other podcasts on pricing in particular. So that is something definitely to look at, probably as a last resort. So if you're starting to market yourself, you're getting inquiries and no one's booking, pricing might be something to legitimately look at. So I hope that helps. Just to recap really quick, start networking again, get in touch with people that you like to work with in the past, look into potentially doing some paid ads, and get in the Facebook groups. And good luck. I really hope that this works out for you. The next question is from Anonymous. It says, I booked a client for a wedding and they got a complimentary engagement session with their package. The engagement session was okay, but we didn't really vibe, but their images turned out good. I tried to deliver the gallery and the bride said she kept not getting it like 5 times. I tried different emails and she was texting me all the time about it, even late at night. Her attitude got really bad about the email not working on her gallery. And now I don't even want to do their wedding. I want to fire them. Should I charge them for the engagement session and fire them as a client, or do I need to refund their retainer? So that's a tricky situation. To recap, it sounds like you did the engagement session. Everything went fine. They were having trouble accessing their gallery, and then the client's attitude just went really south, and now you kind of have a sour taste in your mouth about working with them. These things happen. I would say you do want to fire them as a client. So you've already made up your mind that you want to take that step. Firing a client is always risky. You never know how someone's going to take it. That is a conversation to have very delicately. I want to fire them as a client. Should I charge them for the engagement session and fire them as a client, or do I need to refund their retainer? Look, if I was firing someone as a client after their engagement session, the photos turned out fine. They liked them, I assume. It was good. I honestly probably would just refund the engagement session as well. And then you ask, or do I need to refund their retainer? Yes, you do need to refund their retainer. If you're firing them, you need to refund them everything that they've paid you, in my opinion. The engagement session, look, you did the work. The photos were good. They have the photos now. That one is really 50-50 for me. I personally, if I didn't need that money to like feed my family, I would refund them that as well and just be like, hey, I had a great time with you guys, but I just don't think we're a good fit for the wedding. Because here's the thing. You have already booked them, so you can't say, I'm not available for your date anymore, or I'm going to pursue other opportunities. They know that you're free for their date. They know you're firing them. So at this point, I would just come at it like super honestly and just be like, hey, the engagement session was great. I don't really feel like we jived. I think that there's a better suited photographer for your day. Here's some of my recommendations. I'm going to be refunding you your retainer. I personally would refund the cost of their engagement session, but that's me. You don't have to. You could keep it. But it does say that they got a complimentary engagement session with their package. So this is kind of where it gets tricky. Like, do you have anywhere where you've said this is the worth or the cost of an engagement session? Then you may have grounds to be like, I'm going to keep that. But if it's complimentary with the package and you're firing them as a client, I would just like refund it and not even worry about it. I do think you're going to get into some issues with the wording complimentary engagement session and then trying to essentially charge them for it, unless you have somewhere this is the cost of an engagement session. It's included in this collection. Actually, you know what? I'm changing my mind. Yeah, you do need to refund them everything because you said they got a complimentary engagement session with their package. When you say that, you can't go back on it, basically. So yeah, I would say you do have to refund them everything in this case. Yep, that's where I'm going to land on it. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. It was a complimentary engagement session with the package. She didn't like the client's attitude after the engagement session, or he, I don't know. She's going to fire them as a client. Does she refund them everything, or does she then charge them for the engagement session that they've already done, even though it was worded as complimentary with their package? Let me know in the comments. I would say yes, you do need to refund them everything, unless you have somewhere that it's like you get a complimentary engagement session with your package. This engagement session is worth X amount of money, but to be honest, if it's free with the package and you're canceling the package, they're going to get mad about that, and I wouldn't personally. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. That's a tricky one. Okay, last one for today. This is the spicy one. This is the fun one. Okay, a groomsman asked me out while I was shooting a wedding, and I really like him. Should I tell the couple or not? Okay, Spicy, spicy, spicy. I love this. This one's tricky because here's the thing. The groomsman knows the couple. And if I were a groomsman or I was in a friend's wedding and I shot my shot with one of their vendors, I would tell the couple, like, hey, because they're my friends, right? I would be like, hey, like, that photographer was super cute. I asked him out. So I think the couple's already going to know from the groomsmen telling them as a friend. So you asking, should I tell the couple or not? I would not tell the couple until your professional relationship is over. What I would do is, like, if you want to date this guy, go for it. Finish out your contract with your couple, deliver their photos or videos, make sure that they're happy, the professional relationship is over, and then I could be like, okay, cool, now that we're done with the professional side of things, by the way, I've been dating one of your groomsmen, or we've been on a few dates, or he asked me out at the wedding, and this is how it went. I would completely finish the professional relationship before I told them. But it is a little weird because, like, they're probably already going to know because their groomsman is their friend. He's probably going to tell them. So, yeah, I personally would just ignore it, pretend like it's not happening until the professional relationship is over. And then maybe if you're still seeing this guy, tell the couple, like, hey, I've actually been, like, dating the groomsman. He asked me out at your wedding. How cool is that? Ha, ha, ha. And then, like, y'all can pick up a friendship potentially after your professional relationship is over. But no, I would not tell them before they've received their stuff and they're happy. But that's just me. I don't think that there's a right or wrong way in this because they're already going to know, in my opinion. So you could tell them if you have a really good, like, personal, friendly relationship with your couple, you could tell them. But I personally would just keep it professional until that's over and then tell them. So let me know what y'all would do in the comments about the groomsmen asking this person out at the wedding. I think that's really cute, though. He was like, look at this person doing their work. That's hot. Look at them with the camera. That's hot. I bet it was the harness that did it for them. All right. That's all I've got for today. If you have questions, whether they're fun and spicy or they're business related, head to the website, www.goalandsage.com. Go to the education tab, scroll down a little bit. There's the Ask Sarah column, and send me your fun questions because these are super fun. And let me know in the comments what you would do. Because I by no means am an authority on this kind of stuff. I've just been in the game for a long time. I've seen some things. So this is my opinion. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all soon.